Howdy y'all, Easy Slider here. I want to take a few minutes just to thank the new subscribers and welcome all of you. We want you to feel like that you can take a part in our channel and contribute, you can learn, you can comment, and let us know what you want to hear about, where we can talk about things that's important to you, all right? Now, 7 things I wish I had known before I started my long-distance relationship. Oh boy. You ever wish you had a crystal ball? You know, something you could look at where you could answer a question before you started? Well, sure would be nice. I admit, but I think my crystal ball didn't arrive. You know, I know I ordered it. I know I did. But it just didn't get here, okay? So, since we don't have one, I guess we can do the next best thing. What's the next best thing? Well, I believe the next best thing is going to be sharing the information between each of us. That's the best way we can help each other, is we can share our experiences with each other and our thoughts with each other. You know, I don't have to tell you there's holes in the road that we wish we knew about. You ever driving your car down the road and hit one of those potholes and you wish you knew about it? So today I'm going to point out a few of those holes where you can understand them and avoid hitting them. As you probably already noticed, if you've watched any of my videos, I like to keep most of my videos short. That way you have time to watch them all the way through and you still have plenty of time to do other things. So let's get started. Now, there's no order to which hole is deeper except for the last one, all right? I wish I had known how important it is to pick a girl from a country that works well with my country. Honestly, I just got lucky. But now you don't have to worry about luck. You know that's important, okay? Early when I started in my LDR, I remember noticing several women from Russia. And I got to thinking about it. I thought, it probably would be hard to get a woman from Russia to here. Simply because the Russian government doesn't work well with the United States. They just don't get along that well. So, you know, that's something important that you need to think about. Falling in love with a girl that lives in a country where the government's not friends with your country, that's probably going to be a dead end road. Also, if you pursued that, it could end up being a big loss of time and a heartbreak for both of you. So listen now, consider only the women from a country that has a good relationship with your country. Don't be like me and just hope to get lucky. Was that something you ever thought about? I'm curious. Leave me a yes or no in the comment box. Had you ever thought about that? Kind of sneaked up on me. All right. I wish I had known from the start how her culture would play a part in our relationship. You know, most people don't really consider different cultures, so I'd suggest getting online and learning things about a country where you would like to find a girl. If you've got a particular girl that you like, what country she's from, get online and do a little research. Because learning about the culture there is going to give you ideas. It's going to give you questions to ask her when you meet a girl. Or if you've already met her, it'll give you something to talk about now. You're going to find out things about her that you might not like, or you might like, because you took the time to ask the right questions. The different cultures can be a lot of fun too. They really can. I've enjoyed learning about the cultures. If you're attracted to a girl from a certain country, then learn about the culture, and it's going to give you a big advantage. I promise you it is. And I'll tell you a little secret too. The parents of the girl always appreciate the fact that you know a little bit about their country. I'll ask you one. In the Philippines, what does it mean when someone touches their forehead to the back of an older person's hand? You might like to answer. Google it. find out about it. Find out what it means. Remember, now the videos that we're doing, they're not long, so stay to the end because I have a surprise for you at the end. Following close behind is another part of the culture. That's the part that the family plays and how the girl reacts to you. I wish I had known about that. Did you know that some of the families, well, and a lot of them, especially out in the province, still require the man to come ask permission to court the woman? Yeah, I didn't say date her, I said court her. We're back a few years, but that's cool. Did you know that? Did you know that they require that? Hey, I might have just saved your bacon on that one, okay? All right. The older girls have responsibilities to the family. We've talked about this before, a lot, matter of fact. And the mother and father expects her to honor her responsibilities, and she knows that. All right. These are things that you need to know before you get real serious about a girl, because depending on what you find out, it's going to tell you what you need to do to make things work. It's going to give you clues on how to do things. Now remember, subscribing helps me get to know you. It also helps me get to know your needs. That way we can work together in solving LDR problems that might be bothering you. Not only that, but as we get together, we become friends, get to know each other, and enjoy each other while we learn. No matter what country you're in, come join us. Let's help each other, and we can have a good time doing it. Okay. Another thing that would have been good to know is how long would it take to fill out all the paperwork and get it filed? Yeah, that's something that's definitely going to get your attention. But a question even more pressing will be, how long does it take to process the paperwork? I can tell you real quick from experience and from helping other people, doing mine and helping other people, it takes a lot longer than you think. In video number 39, we were talking to Roxanne, and she asked, if it only takes one person to approve the form, why does it take so long? Good question, Roxanne. Then on top of that, if you have a little problem with something, maybe if I get to sign something or something small, it can slow you down even more. And here's something real important to think about. If you have a Filipino that's working in another country, man, it might bring things to a snail's pace. Sometimes the other countries might not want to help you. And a good example is when I was trying to deal with the American Embassy in Hong Kong. Most of the workers in the American Embassy were Chinese. Can you believe that? And they didn't really want to help you. And they made it pretty obvious. So they'll work to slow things down to where it's almost impossible. It's always easier to work with a girl living in her home country than it is if she's working abroad. Just keep that in mind. Not a game stopper, but if you get into that situation like I did, you might very well see things just really almost come to a halt. And another thing that would happen is they would let one of my forms expire by lagging, and then I would have to go back and do that one over again. In other words, you'd have to do it twice and pay for it twice. And that was pretty common. So just keep that in mind. I wish I'd known how important it is to spend as much time with her in person as I could. While I think it's really important to talk to her every day, and I do, I think it's really important, it's also very important that when you go to meet her, you stay as long as you can. I'm often asked this one question: when is it best to go? Later in a relationship, when you know her better, or soon after you get to know her? It's best to go get to know her and let the relationship develop, okay? And then you kind of get to knowing what she wants and kind of feeling out things. I suggest waiting at least 3 or 4 months to make sure you're both feeling the same things and everything's going in the right direction. Now, if it's after 3 or 4 months, that's fine, but I would wait at least that long till you begin to feel something happening, that you know things are feeling good. You know, by then you're going to better know her, you're going to know her feelings, and you're going to see how she reacts to things. That way when you arrive, you can make better use of your time. That way you're developing your relationship and you're making 100% sure of what you want and what she really wants. The longer you can stay, it's going to help you understand her more. It's going to help you understand her parents. And it's going to help you understand the culture. So it has a real positive effect. It would have been nice to understand also how a long distance relationship plays on your mind. Oh yeah. A good example is when you're talking every day. Everything's going great, you're enjoying it, and all of a sudden she's not there. Let's say this goes on for days. She's just not there. I don't know what it is, but for some strange reason our minds always jump to the worst thoughts. So what do you think we think? Oh man, oh no, she's got a new boyfriend. Or she's thinking, I bet he's got another girl. When in reality, it was an electrical storm that destroyed the telephone pole and knocked out the internet. So learning to not let our minds jump from one bad thought to another, it's kind of challenging. But if you know an LDR can play on your mind, it's going to help you take control better and not allow it to jump around so much. Now, I saved the final thing for last because I felt like it's the most important. You remember I mentioned I had a surprise for you at the end? Now, if you listen to everything I've been saying up to now, you might be kind of led to believe that the things that I was saying would make me not want to be involved in an LDR. You know, and for some people that's true. Because the things we were talking about, not knowing, could bring a negative, all right? But the final thing I wish I had known, what is it? The final thing I wish I had known was the results of an LDR can be so rewarding that nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. You heard me right. Despite all the little things that nag you along the way, it's well worth it. And I can say this without a second thought. Here it is. If I had known then what I know now, are you ready? I'd have started a lot sooner. You got it. I would have started a lot sooner. Everything I've learned and experienced has taken me in a direction in life that I would have never gone, I can promise you. A direction that's been exciting and it's been worth every step. I've loved it. So, my advice would be to look at all 7 things that I wish I had known. Then, forget number 1 through 6. And only remember number 7. Remember that. I wish I had started a lot sooner. All right, now, don't forget to subscribe. Give me your thoughts about things that you want to hear about, because that's important, and we're sharing and working together. Tell a friend. Bring someone with you. Help us grow the channel. Subscribe. Tell them to subscribe, and let's all get involved in this as a family that's working in the same direction. Now, are you ready? Let's just slide on over.